Hello, everyone. Sorry for the technical issues. Happy to be here today to discuss the future, as many of us, I think, and the question of, is the future going to be slower? I'm going to start, even though I don't necessarily have the image here, by presenting myself. That's my second of fame, I guess. I'm Elodie Ternaux, and I'm both an engineer and a designer. So I will be able to testify, talk as a designer as well. I am a co-founder of a collective called HYLOH, which is specialized in materials and sustainability. We are a global collective, and my co-founders, partners are based in Australia. We have people in the US, in Europe. And basically what we do is educate, research, design, and measure sustainability issues. And I'm also a co-author and authors of various books. And the last one is the material encyclopedia that you can see on the right. It took me 10 years to write it, so I guess I qualify as a slow author, right? Let's dive into the topic. Slow design. Good question. I guess we all consider that the world is speeding up, and when we look at figures, just to give us an idea, just taking the idea of transferring data. I don't know if you remember what it used to be with a modem, but it was 56 kilobytes per second at the time, and we are now down to 20 gigabytes per second, which is quite impressive. What is interesting is that even though things have sped up, even though we are saying that the 5G that is now available is supposedly less impactful in terms of system to transfer data, we are nowadays witnessing rebound effects, even though we are using those technologies that are even more efficient. Well, we are using them more to download more videos, to do more stuff, and basically the contrary is happening to what we wanted originally. So that's one issue. And definitely this question of slow design brings the idea of time and the fact that time is money, so chop chop, we need to be fast. That's the idea. And we are facing an overconsumption, so all these, you know, guys, we are not in the best situation in terms of the world. So this invitation to slow down is interesting. What I've seen also happening is that, well, things are slowing down, and people are discussing it. It's been quite a long time. Here you have this book that maybe some of you have read from Carl Honoré, which in French was L'éloge de la lenteur. It's been translated in many different languages. And this book was celebrating the idea of going slowly. And in terms of design, in the early 2000s, sorry, these two people wrote the principles of the slow design. There are 6 principles that they are defending. I'm inviting you to dive into their books, and we're not going to develop that this morning, especially the 6 principles, but that's quite interesting. Slow design, how I proceed usually when I discuss projects is look at the type of ideas that come to my mind linked to the topic. So design questions times and durability, of course, the overconsumption and the industry. That would be opposed to the craft and the low quality. This is something that we are aiming for when we are discussing slow design. It's like find meaning in things. Ethical, being ethical, of course. The well-being in doing things, the quality, the beauty, and the sustainability, of course, maybe in a context of collaboration. All these could be things that are linked to this idea of slow design. And what is interesting is that I've seen things going from years ago, a techno-amazed world, especially in the material fields, where we were very much into performance, efficiency, with materials that were promising an incredible future with technical data from super aerogel or metamaterials and all these things, and we were into that set of mind, and now much more into a bio-convinced world where we see emerge materials that are growing under our eyes, and that's the way we now address materials mostly. We also went from a careless world where we overdo it, and especially in the luxury field, a lot of materials, and it's gold, it's glossy, and there is a lot of stuff. And now probably these things have to be reconsidered to a world where the aesthetic is different, and this is something we will definitely discuss with our guests today. We also went from craft a long time ago to an industrial world, definitely, and now we see recraft, another way of crafting that emerges where several words meet. Here you have the very traditional technique of kintsugi, but which is revised with biotechnologies. So these are interesting emergences that we can see. And we also went from a natural time where the materials we had were supposedly natural to an artificial word, but that's a very big discussion that we could have another time, but I'm not sure that there are artificial or natural categories that we should still use. However, it's true that plastic has been looked as a very bad material and a very artificial material, and nowadays we are bioengineering materials, we are changing them into something that we would like them to be. These also raises questions on how to manipulate materials. All these questions will maybe discuss together, but that's just an introduction in that word of slow design. To start with the first guest, Vendry Marché from the Atelier Saint-Zou. He's going to explain us how his project went and an interesting approach linked to slow design. Vendry Marché.
Thank you, Elodie. Hello, my name is Vendry Marché. It works? Okay. Okay, let's go. Hello, my name is Vendry Marché, co-founder of l'Atelier Saint-Zou, an architectural studio based in Paris since 2015. Our office is called Saint-Zou, in reference to a magical bean from 80s Japanese cartoon. A bean that heals and regenerates what already exists. I'm going to share how we bring that idea to life here in the Grand Palais. In 2021, we won the competition to design the layout and the new identity of the new Grand Palais. It's one, as you know, it's one of the largest buildings in Europe, spanning a total of 75,000 square meters. Its monumental scale makes it quite an intimidating space, difficult to navigate and overwhelming in size. Everything about the Grand Palais is huge. The building has been under constant construction since it was the first built, with major renovation campaigns in the 70s, in the 80s, and now in 2025. We know that what we design today will eventually become waste in 15 or 20 years. So the question is, how can we create while also minimizing future waste? When entering the competition, we started by asking the question from the end. How can the eventual obsolescence of our interventions become the starting point of our design? In other words, what if the kind of waste we are willing to deal with in 20 years help us design the project today? To do this, we use two materials, extruded clay and extruded aluminum. These materials can be assembled into objects, then disassembled to either be reused or recycled. You can see the extrusion of the clay. In this way, we create modular elements with different scales and functions using shared architectural language. This common language allows different disciplines to speak together, blurring boundaries between architecture, design, and signage. By repeating and multiplying these elements in the Grand Palais, a new identity emerges. From the same materials and the same techniques, we create different objects for different uses. Here is the family of objects we have developed. This is the plan of the Grand Palais, and where we deployed all the objects in order to activate uses across the building. We work across a wide range of spaces that shape the visitor experience, helping to guide them and improve the way they move through in the Grand Palais. Our goal is to make the place more welcoming for visitors from around the world. And to finish, I will show you some examples of what we do. This is the ticket room, where the all in extruded clay and the information point, the reception, all the furniture using by extruded clay and extruded aluminum, bookshop, design shop, lounges for family, parents, adults and children, and downstairs you will find at the opening 700 lockers, and we use extruded elements and tiles. And upstairs you will find two auditoriums. The first one is the big one, 300 seats in the foyer, and the other one, the little one, 100 seats, and the room as well. To conclude, we will be happy to welcome you at the Grand Palais for the great opening during June. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vendry.